Good evening, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New-Eurekan Poets Cafe. I will be your host for the evening. I am Elemen2al. Happy Monday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We've been doing this for 170 weeks, y'all. 170. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Oh my goodness. We do this every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the numbers on your screen is 279-995-364. Trust and believe it is a different world inside the Zoom. Come in this way, join the community, interact with the poets. Trust me, it is the greatest community in the world, and you will see why shortly. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute or by hitting the Cash App at $ New-Eurekan Poets Cafe. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Also, make sure you are plugging in with the squad. Listen, shout out to Crooklyn 4. Make sure you are plugging in with the Queen Ray Jane, with Fuego Paul Con Queso, and make sure you're plugging in with the B. You will hear them again. Also, this is where you can find me. Trust and believe, plug in. So many things going on. Tonight's theme, mirrors versus windows, right? Past, present, and future, right? How do you approach either of these themes, right? What's the difference to the ancestors, right? Are mirrors different from windows when you're looking at the past, when you're looking at the present, right? And how do we honor and represent the aspects of time through these things, right? And how do we prepare for a journey into a window or into a mirror, all right? So looking forward to it. As always, if your poem is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to hearing you rock out. All right, next week's theme, y'all. Coming at you. A poet's laughter. Voices of contention, right? What does it mean when an artist laughs, right? What do we really laugh at? You know what I mean? And how do we convey that laughter? Also, it happens to be a day where they honor town criers. And if you know about town criers, they were the ones with the loud voices giving the people the news, right? Speaking the truth. Poets are very, very similar, all right? And in voices of contention, listen, some of us are rebels and renegades against the status quo or the system, right? But we're always reporting the news. So I'm looking forward to it. Bring your poetic license next week and let's get down. All right, let's get to the rules so we can get to this poetry. Yeah, damn, we got some here too. This is important. Poets, turn your cameras on. We're trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. We love to see the beautiful expression that goes into your poetic performance. Plus, I want to see if you freak out these backgrounds. All right. Also, make sure you are changing your Zoom name to coincide with what you want people to connect with, how they can connect with you. All right. Again, turn it on. Let's get all the way in it. All right. I know it's not easy, whether on this or in real life. I get it. All right. But this is what we're here for. So let's get it. Poets, have your poem ready, all right? If you're going analog, dog-ear the page if necessary. If you're going digital, make sure it's pulled up and ready to rock. If you're using music, it's totally cool. Make sure it's original music so that, you know, the agents of the interweb don't interfere with our stream, all right? Also, if you're playing a musical accompaniment, original sound, all right? Original music, original sound, you are good to go. Also, before or after you rip, make sure you are plugging your information into the chat so the community can connect with you. All right. Poets, you got 3 minutes to rock. All right. 3 minutes to rock. Also, a 30-second intro to let people know how they can connect with all the things that you do. All right. Please keep your time in mind or changes will come. Believe it. We have reached night 30 for the babies, because there are some explicit lyricists in our community, and some may bring some of the most triggering flashbacks you have ever experienced. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents in the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it flows through the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship, other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate people, which will not, I say not, be tolerated. There is no censorship, y'all, all right? Thou hast been warned. Trust me, thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space, all right? After the poets get up and they give you a part of their soul, their true essence, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share that energy back with the poets, all that, oh, shit, oh, woo, all of that, all right? Don't worry about the noise. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway, all right? All the energy that you share in this room goes in back to the poets and will come back to you as a performance. So unmute yourself and let everyone know that you are here to share your energy. The list tonight is closed. Sign up begins Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newurekan.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Monday that you want to perform. You need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way that you can get on the guaranteed list, and they will not populate until 24 hours before the show. Also, going on in the brick and mortar, make sure you plug in with the B, host of the friendliest slam in the world. Again, shout out to Chris McFall. It is the business. The B is the business. Also, right after the B, kicking it with Soul Preem. That cat's dope as well. All right. Also, real quick, this week on Wednesday, J Rose is not getting down because Women's Orator Wednesday and Beatniks will be jumping off in the brick and mortar. Thursday, of course, with the Queen Thunderlung again. Shout out to Crooklyn 4. I saw her sneak in the building. Storm God's in the building. Also, Friday night with Jive. I'm telling you, if you are anywhere near the space, plug in with Jive. It is going down. Right after Jive is with Chevy. Listen, it's going down all the way around. Tonight's list. Look at these beautiful names, folks. Oh, we get to yell at some folks. We get to hear new voices. All right. There's my rowdy friends here on Monday night. Oh, my goodness. This is why it's the greatest night of the week. Because I get to spend it with the greatest community in the world. So let's get to it. As I am posting the list in the chat, let's bring up our leadoff hitter, the one and only, right? Books on books on books. Our resident beanie goddess, the one and only Deadpan Lizzie is here to set us off this evening. It is always great to see you, Lizzie. Come on, set it off in here. Let's go.
Thank you. Beanie blessings to you, E, Ray, RMT, and the community. I'm going to do a soliloquy tonight, and it is for the prompt for this space, and also from a prompt that I got at Fincabulary at Wake Up and Write on Saturday, so thank you, Finn, for that prompt as well. Our mirror has always been a window, but the fear of allowing ourselves to go past the point of possibly no return, why we stay in our hermit crab shell. We know the passageway, terrace, and beacon of hope are there, but their guidance feels like crippling uncertainty. We hear the angel of music so clearly, given they are us. We feel the verse being written, too anxious to pick up a stencil to aid the proses, so we keep a pocket full of posies. The phantom poetry will always be what keeps us up at night. It has never been a mystery. The sty that grows upon our eye, the opposite of Pinocchio's nose. But we cannot cover it up with a mask and should not feel weary to. When we are abused, we freeze in time. Our rooted trauma unveils itself, and their reflection surpasses triggering. We are not figments that haunt Christine, Raoul, Meg, Madame Giry, Carlotta, Eric, Charles, Walt, Will, or even Hal's elephant. We are simply a mortal trying to survive who will never have all the answers. And if we did, it would be much worse. The vinyl may be two-sided, but it plays the same score. Never just music of the night, but underscored by triggers. We fear to jump into the lake because our muscles do not always want to swim, and the dirt that lurks beneath may sink us quickly. It will never be a matter of dark sides, villains, truth, lies, or protection. Anxiety and depression have minds of their own. Rinse and repeat, embedded with Ruthie's crystals. And when they show up, the numbness sets in so easily, we let ourselves drown. Thank you.
Goodness, your words have always been so heavy, and they continue to be just that. Unmute yourself. Give it
Way to kick it off, Lizzie.
Thank you so much.
Lizzie,
Wow.
happy birthday.
Oh,
Thank you.
Is it her birthday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Pre-birthday.
What? Okay. Well,
Remind me to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
See what you just did there, Gustav? Now we got to sing happy birthday. So know it's coming, everybody. Get yourself together. It's going to happen at some point this evening. It's going to happen. All right. Coming up next. Listen, hold up. Before Deadpan, truly appreciate you for setting this off only the way Deadpan can. I love how you said you feel the verse being written, right? When you're connected, so many people who know me know I say this a lot. When you're connected to that energy, to that source, you do feel it, right? And you're just kind of going through the motions, right? It really is the phantom poetry that will keep us up at night, really. So many times I found myself, waking up early in the morning, crazy ass hours, like, I got to get this out of my brain. Got to do it. So make sure you are plugging into that and recognizing what it is, right? Love their reflections or passes triggering. I warned y'all. Vinyl has two sides, but plays the same score. Indeed. Damn it. Appreciate you, Lizzie. All right. Starship is underway. Let's get it going. Coming up next, the one and only Count of Contact. This gentleman continues to come with the energy. Always the dapper gent, the one and only DG Clearing is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, DG. Always great to see you. Take it away.
Elemental, always great to see you too. You can find me online at DG Clearing somewhere. I've got one poem for you tonight. It's our Independence Day in the United States. If people aren't aware of that, it is the independence from England and our last king, King George III. This is called Clearwater Bar. Clearwater Bar. We took our pontoon boat over to the Clearwater Bar and tied it up to one of the docks for the 4th of July. It was packed. There must have been at least 100 boats and over 500 people there. A pocket full of change was playing. Just a great band with covers from the 70s and through today. Wow. Flags and banners wrapped the stage. Ripped guys with no shirts and pierced nipples. Girls in bikinis and little shorts with tattoos in places you never imagine. Rum runners, Mai Tais, pina coladas, and plastic cups with little fuchsia paper umbrellas and neon straws help quench our thirst in the search for lust, love, and patriotism. As we did body shots off the fair young maidens of the sea and young boys from Atlantis lying on the bar, half naked, as bartenders poured elixirs into their navels, and the count of 3, we licked the salt from their necks, then sucked the liquor from their belly buttons, then bit the fruit out of their mouths as the juices spilled into their mouths and throats. As the Congo line shimmered and shook through the sweat and glistening crowd, moving to the beat of the drums, as I stumbled and fell into the side of a building. I looked through the window and saw the reflection of myself in the mirror and thought, what a great day this is, Independence Day, as the fireworks filled the skies. Thank you, everyone. Happy 4th of July.
Woo!
DG.
I've had a few fun bars in my life.
More than a few. Unmute yourself. Give it up for DG Clearing.
DG. Yeah.
Thanks.
Love how you made July 4th so dramatic and interesting. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate it.
Listen, I think some of the members of our community have clearly crossed paths at the same storyteller school, right? Because you folks are masters at it, right? I love the intimate and intricate detail that you put into it, right? From the paper umbrella to the neon straws, right? The conga line, like, come on, DG, you doing the conga line, man? Come on. What a great day this is indeed. In the search of lust, love, and patriotism. Man, I think that's the theme of every single barbecue that will happen or has happened in the next few days, are those 3 things. And I hope somewhere in there you have some good food. Thank you, DG. Truly, truly appreciate you always for coming through with your energy. A mainstay. Make sure you are plugging in with DG Clearing. All right. Coming up next, this poet, one of the newest authors in our community, has a new manuscript coming out. I think I saw one of them they might have had. And listen, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Make sure you congratulate them. The one and only Vex Lex is in the building. Lex, make sure you tell these folks about it too. So glad to see you, Lex. Please take it away.
All right, thank you, Elemental. Yeah, my book is actually coming this weekend. So I'm excited about that. Finally gonna hold my baby in my hands. It's called Ask Me Again in 6 months. I'm excited about it. Like poems about mental health, self-reflection, lust, and stuff like that. Plug in with me. Lex Poetry on Instagram. And shout out to you, Elemental, for always, bringing that up. I appreciate you so much. All right, so this piece is called No One Is Home. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, but here I am knocking and no one is home. The eyes have lost its spark, and I am now battling with mirrors in the dark. I see the version you are fine with showing off, reflections of your past insecurities that have come to haunt your present peace of mind and will undoubtedly infiltrate your future stability. Your voice is shaky while you speak in glass shards, each digging its way into me. I try to avoid bleeding on you because that is not what you need right now. But what about me? I used to think your heart was my first aid kit, but your supply has been depleted. You feel defeated, and I would rid this place of any and all mirrors so that you would not have to see what you have become. But these empty halls I roam because no one is home. Thank you.
God damn, Lex. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Vex. Lex.
Yeah, Vex.
Way to go, Vex. Nice poem. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Snap to the Vex. Congrats on your books. On your
Thank
book.
you.
Yeah.
For real. Listen. Lex just said that she will take out the mirrors so the vampire doesn't have to not see their reflection. That's crazy. Said they're battling with mirrors in the dark while you speak in glass shards. Damn it. There was another one, but damn it, Lex, you got me. You said I tried to avoid bleeding on you because that's not what you need right now. Really? I love when poets dig and they come up with these types of things. They come up with the truth that bleeds even on the page. Thank you, Lex. Appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in and copping that new manuscript, right? And then ask her again in 6 months after you read it. All right, coming up next, this incredible poet continues to be a mainstay. I've caught them in different places. They recently had a feature. This poet continues to do it. And I always enjoy when they come through to share it with us. The one and only Dominique Colding is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Dominique, always great to see you. Please take it away.
Yes, it's so great to be here and to see you, Elemental, and all of you lovely people. So you can find me on Instagram at @DTruthAndLove. And tonight I got one of my old pieces that I actually wrote about 2 years ago during the pandemic. And I added a little flavor to it, made some edits, and it's on theme. The title is Jagged Little Reflections. Imagine infinite individuals of every race, color, creed, and expression, putting their differences aside, with no urge to hide, a glimmer of hope in these desperate times. Sometimes this feels like a distant dream or a nightmare that's too great to bear. In this time of C-19, everyone is at war with each other. Earth is a battlefield. Aren't you sick of her woeful cries? How many more people must die? Can't we come to a compromise? Twisted intentions are being revealed. Truths no longer can be concealed. I believe and perceive that kindness is still significant to nurture the soul. A fellow soul, a reflection, a refraction of light. It starts with self-kindness, self-care, being self-aware, self-control, self-respect, self-realization, self-love. To first love that person in the mirror staring back at you through the eternal light reflected at the entrance of those windows to your soul. Unconditionally loving each little jagged and flawed refraction of that reflection. Knowing each piece fits perfectly into a beautiful and complete whole. Knowing that love is the goal. Falling in love with the truth, not a fabricated fiction. It takes recognizing the God and goddess within, and you won't be without. Even in impending famine and drought, even in the dark winter that's talked about, abundance is found in just a small act of kindness. To the masses, it may be small, but to the one on the receiving end, it is a tremendous blessing, a miracle that is truly a godsend.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, you are. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dominique Golden.
Yeah, Dominique.
Dominique, you are on fire tonight. Nice job.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
God sent. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, I told y'all from the onset, this is the greatest community in the world. And from the opener to the closer, you will see why. Dominique is another example of that. Earth is a battlefield. Indeed. Right? Why do you think we continue to fight? Why do you think we continue to be necessary? Right? Because twisted intentions are being revealed. A lot of that by poets, right? Whether directly or indirectly, right? Kindness is still significant to nurture the soul. Thank you for saying that, right? So people can hear that. People need to feel that energy and take that in, right? Like you said, recognizing the God and goddess within, right? So thank you. Thank you for reminding people they are more powerful than they believe. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next. I'm kind of sad. I mean, you know, we're missing half of the show. However, coming up next, this incredible gentleman he's just such an incredible poet. He's such an incredible writer and performer. I always look forward to hearing his incredible work. The one and only Jeff Cottrell is here. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Jeff, always great to see you. Take it away.
All right, find me at jeffcottrell.com and Facebook and Twitter. So I'm going to bring back an oldie for the 4th of July. And I wrote this during the George W. Bush years, so I guess that's the past part of the theme taken care of. This is called Border Crossing. Where are you from? Toronto. Where are you heading today, sir? Cincinnati. Business or pleasure? Pleasure. Excuse me? Pleasure. In Cincinnati? That's right. Huh. What's the purpose of your trip to Cincinnati, sir? Visiting a friend. A friend? How did you meet this friend? Went to school with her, stayed in touch. She went to school in Toronto. That's correct. Huh. What's the name of this friend, sir? Caroline Zink. Zink? What the hell kind of a name is Zink? Did you just make that up? No, it's her name. What's the address and phone number of this Caroline Zink? Here, I have it written on this card. Huh. What do you do for a living? I'm an editor with a magazine. What magazine would that be, sir? Divorce magazine. Sir, could you please speak up? It's Divorce magazine. Divorce magazine. Yes. Sir, are you aware of the penalty for lying to United States Customs official? I'm not lying. Are you telling me there's a real magazine called Divorce magazine? Yes, it's a self-help guide and a reference for divorce professionals. Huh. I'm serious. You can look it up online right now on divorcemagazine.com. Huh. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to open your bag for me. Well, there really isn't much in it. Just, sir, are you aware of the penalty for disobeying a United States Customs official? I'm not disobeying. I'm just saying, sir, are you aware of how easy it would be right now for me to ban you from entry into the United States for the rest of your life? Yes, I am. Here you go. What's this down here, sir? Just towels, clothes, a few books and CDs. What are these little books here? Why do they all look the same? Why is your name on all of them, sir? Oh, I made those myself. They're gifts.
Are you planning to sell these? No, they're just gifts for friends. Tell me the truth, sir. Are you going to sell merchandise in our country? Are you stealing money from America? No, I am not. Huh. What about these CDs here, sir? Why is your picture on all the covers? Oh, more gifts for friends. Just some poetry I recorded. Are you one of those spoken word performers? Are you going to damage our nation's morale with your subversive poetry and then sell your CDs for our citizens' hard-earned cash? No, I am not. Sir, are you aware of how many spoken word performers we deport every year to Syria? Are you aware of the kind of tortures they have there? No, I am not. And why did you name these CDs Cracktastic? Are you on crack, sir? No, it's just a joke. Sir, there is nothing funny about drug abuse. Are you carrying drugs on your person right now, sir? No, I am not. Yet your passport says you were in Amsterdam only 2 years ago. I'm sorry, I don't see the connection. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to strip. Excuse me? You heard me, punk. You are going to remove your clothes so our officers can search your body cavities for drugs and poetry. In front of all these other passengers? Sir, do you want me to pull out my taser? Is that what you want, sir? Look, it's all the same to you guys. How about I just save you the trouble of turning me away? I'll pick up my things and head back home, and you can go about your business. I don't understand, sir. Well, I've changed my mind. I don't really want to visit your country anymore. Sir, am I to understand that you are verbally disrespecting our nation? Are you not aware that America is a haven of freedom and liberty and justice and freedom too? Fine job you're doing, I must say, but I think I'll take my chances up here in socialist hell. Huh. All right, sir. You have yourself a good time over there in Sweden. Canada, whatever, sir. Thank you. That was border crossing.
God damn it. Jeff Cottrell does it again. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jeff Cottrell.
That was brilliant.
Get some strange to
Do your work. It's been loyal.
Thank you for making July 4th like something good. Thank you. That was amazing.
I have been hassled, harassed at the border between Canada and the US. It is crazy. This is why I said, you know, Jeff is incredible. What I mentioned earlier is because he doesn't have Pinky with him, right? Pinky and the Jeff, you know what I mean? Shout out Pinky. Started off, he just like pleasure in Cincinnati. Like, really, there is something called pleasure in Cincinnati. Like, and then are you stealing money from America? Really? With your subversive poetry? Like, is that not what we do? This is not why we're here. And then he said, search your body cavity for drugs and poetry. Sir, you can cuff me now. All right, because you'll probably find massive amounts of both. All right, appreciate you, Jeff Cottrell, for coming through, a mainstay. Make sure you are plugging in with all Jeff Cottrell does. He is incredible. All right, coming up next. Hope you got your medulla strapped on tight. He's about to oblongata with what he does. The one and only Mr. Teza Somok is here. Please, Mr. Tez, let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Take it away.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, community, for the Monday night open mic at the New Eurekan. We've made it into Act 2 of Time Tacos, but we will take a break for the theme tonight. So I'm doing, folks can catch me on Instagram under Gashes 2019. I've also dropped it on the chat. And I'm going to go in on theme tonight with a piece titled Omichika Wesley, Bone Rattle Staff. You are a bird, perhaps a butterfly sipping nectar at dawn's break. A simple stroke by Chikomesochi Xochipilli of the scapula or femur rasps. The deceased souls rise to join Mishkoa, patron of warriors and the hunt. The face of Mishkoat in the dry season hunting is a precursor to the rainy season agriculture. The flower world has always been bespeckled by the sacred deer at dawn. The notch rasp of Mesoamerica and Northwest Mexico that stepped the flower world centered on the sun, dawn, ancestors, moisture, flowers, corn, fertility, and moral ethical balance. The ethnogenesis founding flower world, solar deer, hydrological cycles, and acts of rainmaking, step and notch, formative Chalcalcinco, classic Teotihuacan, epi-classic Cacaxtla, Teotenanco, late post-classic Tula, Chichen Itza, Mayapan, Cholula, Mitla, Tototepec, Tenochtitlan, transcontinental flower worlds. You hover there as a hummingbird, Totowitsitzin, tonguing the nectar as the musician rasps, actively pushing the sun along its solar path. Long gone are the stone rasped and shaft tunes, the cloven mammals of Guamiles and Mascota, Jalisco. The six Aztatlan human, La Peña, Culiacan, and the modern ones today, Wirikuta, who the Wirarica invoke as the flower world of the deer peyote hunt. The talking stick of ethnogenesis, el Cueva de Tetebajo, Cerro de Trincheras, La Playa in Sonora, the scapular rasp of white-tailed deer or antelope of late Viejo Casas Grandes, lest we forget the ancient wooden rasps from the caves of Baborigame, Chihuahua. The mammalian cloven rasps who pronounce the flower world ritualism are present at Paquime. The remnant human bone rasp with roots in southern Aztatlan influence, present-day Yaome, Yoreme, Raramuri, Odami, Comcaaca, Odam, Western and Eastern Pueblos groups, and others who use rasps today. Yaome rasps remain the living memory of deer dancing in flower worlds. Rasps imitate the deer's breath or the sound of antlers when scraped on a bush or tree to rub off antler velvet. This is the velvet moon, the antler moon as they call it this month, as a morning butterfly, deceased being or bird sipping nectar. The deer hunt has always been used by regimes as political legitimation and assertion of agency. Rasps are friction idiophones that vibrate to produce sound when struck, shaken, or scraped. In deer dances, they materialize flower worlds. The singer instantiates via the enchanted fawn stick, rasp, and voice the deer, the only item that continues the language of the talking stick tree. The first deer dancer, Wok Bakeo, observed the sound of two deers rasping their antlers together as a form of ethno-musical genesis, accompanied by the singing deer. The drum is the deer's heartbeat. The water inside the drum is the rainwater the deer drinks. The deer's death is a nurturing act of sacrificial giving so that life continues, a concept actualized in the flower, sewa. Deer dancing bridges three realms traversed by the deer. One, Yo Ania, the enchanted world. Two, Huya Ania, the wilderness world. And three, Se Ania, the flower world. Those who know the deer language and behavior possess Se Ataka, flower gift, the gift that aids curing, deer dancing, and seeing into other worlds. In peace.
That was beautiful.
Wow. Oh my God, Tez. So good.
Oh, Taz, you've done it again.
Yeah.
Just incredible story and words there. Thank you.
Mr. Elemental, you're muted.
Right. This is why I love our community. Thank you, Mr. Tess. This is why I love our community, right? Because he said that he's gonna put time tacos back in the oven, back in the salamander for the moment, so we could get that story, right? So we could get the talking stick story. You know, I think I might have lost count, but I think you mentioned about 12 different tribes in there, right? again, this is what I love about our community, because you're going to get something that you can use. You're going to get something that you can take to your research bank and find out for yourself that it's actual and factual. I love how you said the insurgency of agency, right? It's such a real textural thing that you do, right? The talking stick of ethnogenesis, right? Right? We called it ethnomusical genesis. Come on. Thank you, Mr. Tez. Your TED Talks are always enlightening, and this is why I told y'all about that medulla. Because listen, he'll just take it right off of you. if you're not careful, he'll blow it right off your skull cap. Thank you, Mr. Tez. Make sure you are plugging in with all Mr. Tez does. He's incredible. He's just incredible dude. Coming up next, the Magus is here. This gentleman continues to come with the energy, continues to come with the gusto, and happens to be a dope poet to go along with it. The one and only Gustav Salas is here. Unmute yourself, man. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Gustav, you know what it is. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental, RMT, beloved poets. I'm Magus801 on Instagram. Give me a follow. Let's get into some good trouble. I have 2 pieces tonight. Both are on theme. This is brand new shit called Multiverse Mirror. I have to share about the time I did window pane LSD and looked in the mirror to see me, a past, present, future, all melted with my face. A singularity opened up in its place, total oneness in time and space. Thoughts all vanished without a trace. Visions of existence, multidimensional. Whatever this was, it wasn't conventional. And just like that, it disappeared. A hallucination, just something weird that happened one day long ago. I promise to never forget it, though. The feeling's hard to maintain, a magic trick of the brain. Every time I do hallucinogens now, that feeling returns, that forever wow, vast oneness of all things, a multiverse of super strings. And this is a song cover, the English beat, Mirror in the Bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom, please talk free. The door is locked, just you and me. Can I take you to a restaurant that's got glass tables? You can watch yourself while you are eating. Mirror in the bathroom, I just can't stop it. Every Saturday you see me window shopping. I find no interest in the racks and shelves, just 10,000 reflections of my own sweet self. Mirror in the bathroom, you're my mirror in the bathroom. You're my mirror in the bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom, recompense for all my crimes of self-defense. Cures you whisper, make no sense, drift gently into mental illness. Mirror in the bathroom, please talk free. The door is locked, just you and me. Can I take you to a restaurant that's got glass tables? You can watch yourself while you are eating. Mirror in the bathroom, you're my mirror in the bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom, mirror in the bathroom. Thank you.
This guy, get this. Unmute yourself, give it up for Gustav Salas.
Yeah.
I love the mirrors. Watch yourself earring on mirrored tables. What a line.
Okay, DG, for real.
He got around a lot. I think we're brothers, Gustav. I think we're brothers.
We'll hear from Prop in a little bit. Listen, Gustav, man, listen, I love when you really get into what you do, right? And these songs, man, listen, you keep turning it up with these songs, all right? First it was DeSantis, and now you come, listen, with Mirrors in the Bathroom. Listen, I don't know if you're getting your mixtape together or you're planning the release of your album. I don't know, man, but I can definitely hear the tune-up in your voice. A multiverse of super strings? I don't know. You might have a multiverse of super strings playing with you the way you're getting down over there, man. For real. Drift gently into mental illness. man, watch yourself while you're eating. I know it sounds like a weird concept, but other people are. So just saying. Appreciate you, Gustav, always coming through with all the gusto, for real. Keep singing, man, for real. Keep bringing them songs, man, because your twist on them is money. All right, coming up next. I'm not sure if this is this gentleman's first time here. Please unmute yourself. First of all, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Please pronounce your name for me so I don't mess it up.
It's David Morin.
David Morin, welcome again to the greatest community in the world. Where in the world are you located?
I'm near Fresno, California.
West Side in the building. Shout out to Cali folks in here. Listen, you have stumbled upon the greatest thing in the world, this poetry community. You've seen how it goes. Let the folks know how they can find you, how they can connect with you. And people are going to yell at you after you're done. So be prepared for that. Welcome. Yeah, please take it away.
Thank you so much. You can find me on Instagram at moreintune, MOR.intune. And I got a new poem as well, some new shit. All right. I am living in grief, a long process for a brief life. I am learning what it means to feel. Healing is not something you do, it's something you let become you. I am not what I feel. I am when I feel. I am how often I feel. I am why I feel, figuring out the how. Because the if doesn't matter when the when wears the crown. The best time was yesterday, but the perfect time is now. The memories are full, but the moments are empty. The present becomes alive when presence is let be. I am all I have not grieved. I've been looking, but now I'm ready to see with an open heart and closed eyes, within the mirror, outside my demise. I'm in plain view with nowhere to hide. This is my why, and I am the how. My lips are sealed, but it's my heart that shouts. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how you show up and show out. Unmute yourself. Give it up for David Morin.
David, good. What a great way to kick it off. You are one of us. One of us.
Next Monday.
Definitely are.
Thank you all so much. This is great.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, awesome.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First, make sure you put your information in the chat. Secondly, you might have heard a couple things that you're not familiar with. You heard someone say one of us. That just means that the community has welcomed you in. You are now part of the greatest community in the world. And, folks are about to flood you and remind you, hey, Sunday night, man, you got to sign up and come through, right? Because we need more than bars. Appreciate you, man. Again, welcome, all right? You're learning what it is to feel. Again, you stumbled onto the right place, right? Said it doesn't matter when, if where's the crown? What? With an open heart and closed eyes. Think about how many wars could be settled if people approach the table of peace with that. With an open heart and closed eyes. In the plain view of nowhere to hide. Like, come on, man. Welcome to the community. We truly appreciate you for following through and sharing your work with us. We are looking forward to hearing more. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Coming up next. All right. And back to back, we get another new voice alongside with a bona fide legend. So coming up next, we have an incredible collab on deck. And I think we've only done this maybe once or twice. I think Fuego did it once. So we're about to get a mainstay and a new voice collabing for the first time. So let's get to it. Coming up first, all the way across the pond, the most eloquent writer I know, the one and only Lantern Carrier is here. And collaborating with Lantern Carrier this evening is a new voice. Welcome to Love Infinite. You have stumbled upon the greatest community as well. We truly appreciate you and are looking forward to the incredible collaboration that y'all are about to do. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Trayvon, you ready?
Hey, John. Yes, I am ready.
Great. The murky image I once saw in the mirror did not reflect, sadly, the illustrious magnificence of being, that golden window within that I struggled to emulate in my troublesome attire of outer opulence.
The murky puddle I used to call my reflection didn't even begin to scratch the spectacular surface of the scried and unseen prophecies in overwhelming ocean dwellings. 36,000 feet later, I descend into the astounding abyss that is me.
Bewitched by the red flames of passion, my desires drowned me in shadows, clinging to me like the scent of a bad odor in the fiery heat of summer. The taste of denial and addiction had become my bosom friends.
Mesmerized by my own death and conflagrant disaster, I plunged further, deeper. Guided by the moaning myrtles of my Akashic memory, I too died and drowned, hung and bowed, lost my head on the scaffold, grew it back, resurrected. I crucified and then endured feeble attempts of crucifixion.
Garlic and pepper, my adversarial flames, burned into wounds left open by cravings and attachments, the sugary molasses of allure tearing into my bleeding flesh.
Cleansed in volcanoes of salt and honey, bathed in swamps of milk and mystery, satiated only by broths of basil and sage, rose hip and chamomile, insecurity and trepidation, grace and patience bubbled at her bedside as she trekked in vacillation, back and forth, seesawing between the physical and the spiritual for what felt like annums before realizing her path was but a lemniscate.
My windows of peace were fragile. Cold glass complacent to the toxic fumes scattered by the corporate few upon those hiding in bunkers with neither skylight nor opportunities to set them free.
Experiencing our peace in pieces, tiny windows too minuscule for a mouse or even a New York sewer rat my size, the lunette too tight for a purpose yay wide. I envisioned the smoldering glass ceiling combusting as miserably as I felt inside.
Faced by a daily barrage of disquiet, insecurity, and fear, there were no panes of openings, no Venetian blinds to enhance the beauty in my heart. My slots of apertures were occasional breaks, and windows of prospects or promises were minimal.
A desolate heart, too blind, too broken, too broke for the silken curtains that ravaged my mind and gnawed at my asymmetry. My many gross imperfections curled up into a ball, expired.
Fast forward to the sacrament of the present moment, and the voice of heaven echoes through a mirror, no more reminding me of my impediments. Wisdom has revealed itself with the translucence of the sun. My drapes are open, and a new kind of luster shimmers within my bedroom curtains, transposing the inner aspects of a celestial brilliance.
When she stares into a mirror, a screen, a camera, or the eyes of her lover, she sees her dazzling dragon vision of compassion, community, and spirituality.
My face now shines like moonbeams. No more the dreary pains of darkness, resulting from a soul too entangled to transpose the light. My inner stars whispers love letters to the flawless dawn, cascade kisses to the breeze, embracing my breath like magic.
His face always shone bright as the moon, sun, and every constellation in the night sky. In the light of day, it is wise to remember the stars remain as constant as you and I. Locking fingers with the universe, the yin and yang goes unrehearsed, and every terrible, tragic, emotional trial is transmuted to the clarity of sacred verse.
No more the mistiness of my true self. My tomorrows are carved on the crest of rainbows and horizons. My joy cascading from the ethereal regions of my sweet Shyama. My emotions, once drenched in the heavy rain of remorse, is now robed in the fragrant wafts of lavenders, soaring to dance with phoenixes of a sky blue vision.
Frogs gallop to the size of her fins, disguised as the most ordinary of ankles. A calendula dragonfly dances where another's wings begin. At the lake's edge, her family of geese swim and sing a familiar song of "It's exactly as it should be." And a brave bear has flown and torn into ribcage, breaking open the midsummer night's dream of hyperphagia. Hyperopia finally healed after eons of hibernation and impatience.
Rose pink and magenta autumn beauty have erased the thorns from my passions, and a beacon of rays glow anew. My kundalini awakens, running lovingly up the paprika spine of my shafts of light, and I see only the wings of love waltzing through my windows.
Bold and tender shockwaves of cherry red toes securely pressed against plush taupe, carpet springing alive to wrap its tentacles around the falls of her integumentary, diamonds adorning the crown of her wholeness like harmonic halos of iridescence.
The remedies of supernal ginger, the peppermint from the portals of Jerusalem's gate, merges with the resplendent fire within, and the effulgent vision I see before me dances in the delight of paradise, encircling my soul with its welcoming smile, its bewildering grandeur.
The spells of garlic turn golden, inducing immunity and mirroring roots recurrent. The pepper pronouncing perennial waves of pacifying peace along the palms which poured it. Brown marble Mecca by which her capillaries call home and his cells call freedom. Her interminable flame intertwining with the impassioned light of his own lantern. The forbidden friends, twins, fervor and sang-froid, both feeding and feasting from the universe's tree of sacramental sanction, infinite sovereignty, and eternal station.
The mirror of happiness is the crown hidden in the source of my existence, revealing itself as a life form from the nectar windows of the soul. This has been the illustrious voice of the magnificent Love Infinite and Lantern Carrier. Thank you.
Thank you.
That came out of nowhere. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier and Love Infinite.
Yeah. Love Infinite. One of us.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
Wow.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
That was
One of us.
one of us. One of us.
Yeah.
Bring it on. One of us. Come back every Monday.
Yep. Yeah.
Most different. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Set fire to shit. Blood clot fire. Welcome to the community. That probably, and listen, I've done collabs with that cat, but it does not compare to that. Both of you had so many incredible lines. And this is what I love about poets. When they truly, truly want to collaborate with each other, you get, like Dominique Colden just said, an exquisite piece, right? Right? Said Grace and Patience bowled at her bedside, right? She said, I lost my head on the scaffolding and I grew it back. God damn it, look. Look. Lantern said, my inner stars whisper love letters, right? After they talked about their dazzling dragon vision. Come on. Heavy rain of remorse. I mean, sing a song of it's exactly as it should be after eons of hibernation. I mean, listen, it's harmonic halos of iridescence. Come on, that's you're clearly learning with one of the masters of what we do. If you have or haven't, you have just found yourself in the greatest community in the world. please make sure you put your information in the chat so these folks can remind you when you need to sign up, because you have to be back here every Monday. Clearly, you heard what the folks said. You are now one of us. Thank you, Lantern. Thank you, Love Infinite, for sharing that incredible piece with us. Whew. All right. Before we move on, let me shout out a couple folks in the building this evening. I saw Terry Rose Jertson was here. Finn Bell, daughter of Krypton, is in the building. Make sure you plug in with Finn Bell. Make sure you plug in with Terry Rose Jertson too. Indeed. Marianne Teft won't be able to make it this evening, but make sure you are sending them positive energy, as well as Raul James won't be able to make it. So make sure you are sending them positive energy. Poetic Desire is here. Always great to see Poetic Desire. I did see, right, the Crooklyn 4 is in the building, damn it. Storm God's in the building. Paul Conqueso is here. The one and only Ray Jane is here. I get excited, of course I do. I love my team. All right, let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, the Jedi Master is here. And I love when we get a chance to share space with the OG of our community. The one and only Paul Skiff is here. Please unmute yourself. Let these folks know how they can connect with you, Jedi Master. Always great to see you. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for that great intro, Elemental, and thanks to RMT behind the scenes, keeping the electricity flowing. Lantern Carrier and Love, I need to borrow your mirror. That's what's in it. Or either that or Gustav's window pane. This isn't really fully inflated or baked, and it's not on theme. I can't get the ending of this right anyway. I want to skip the telelectric orifice of common sense across public spheres, glassine surface, hyperventilating, contemptuous lies proposed as newsworthy, information's gullible hereafter and waiting room at the train station to ambiguity sneezes with certainty, a contradiction in character traits faithful belief cannot deliver from eternal hoodwink. Devolutionary social failings yank self-respect from privileged righteousness, motherly hate group of constituents in appalling Darwinian paragon fit for display on Museum of Outrages Plaza. An effort to install sanctity in regressive political philosophy expels appreciation from meaning anything but vindictiveness. If it was not for structural oppression on a global scale, tomorrow would come naked of told you so. Listening backwards, happenstance explains stare worn by eyes, astonishment reveals at first communion in the segregated economy of whiplash. Either or puts a standstill to knowing for sure. So do not count on being clear in your own mind about what to say regarding the decision you made to just remain immobile and experience not really knowing. If what is called beauty is descendant of the ideal, it will depend on instantaneous recognition to plumb the silent lesson you internalized prior to your first monosyllable. About nonsense putting things right in the order of metaphysical balance only, waiting for unhuman determinants is known. What clicks between two thoughts then, instead of being in the moment, is one more multiple universe proliferating omnidimensional fun facts about the disempowering, unsympathetic force of nature known as time. I am happy to be lost in the possible, because infinity is part of letting go. You cannot count me with numbers. Unpredictability is the different outcomes that unreally only stand for each guess about the diamond facets of truth. Put this all away in a constative that has no instructions for who you should be within the equation of its rhetoric. The nihilism of having accepted dull everyday life with its misdirections and mistaken priorities is normality the paycheck proposes to compromise with sanity and relegate "how are you" to imperfect grammar aloud because there's just not anything different to be had. Will we ever overcome the soul nausea that bluffs us with a diminished version of humanity? Your face abducted by parasitic menu of tiny little yellow circles that imposter deep emotions now squelched by sub-program of control, a kind of digital spirit amputation. Do not wait on the entire world to throw itself out for knowing better. Rediscover your original self. Transform shape of this world. Take your own advice.
Lightsaber swinging. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul.
Wow.
You nailed that ending. What are you talking about?
Right on skill.
Great.
Yeah, what? Like you
Thank
stuck that landing. Holy
Got the landing, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Good.
Don't
No,
get-
right?
Oh my God.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Whatever.
Like he just didn't make the movies. But damn it, I'm telling you, that's a Jedi master. I'm telling you. Contradictions, character trait. Come on. Come on. Experience not really knowing. He said, I'm happy to be lost in the possible. Right? Right? Because infinity is letting go. Come on. No instructions of who you should be. Right? We're all learning. Right? We continue to do just that. Said it's a digital spirit amputation. Damn it. Damn it. Right? Just giving more of ourselves over to AI and the time that we spend with technology. And his suggestion is rediscover your original self. Appreciate you, Jedi Master. Always, always appreciate all the energy that you bring. Truly. All right. One more poet before we get to RMT. Let the church say, God damn, this cat's about to do this thing that he does. Listen, y'all. Shout out to the vets in the world. Shout out Concrete. This cat right here is just, he's something else, y'all. Prepare yourself. The one and only CP Mays is in the building. Unmute yourself, Mays. Let these folks know how to find you, man.
Hello, party people. CP Mays at just CP Mays, Facebook or IG. It's just CP Mays. I was thinking about like the theme a couple of days ago, and it conjured up some emotions. I'm saying this to say, hey, it's a holiday on the 4th of July. Like, just reach out. It's not Veterans Day. Just reach out to a vet or a police officer or a fireman. Just say thank you for what you do, you know? Because a lot of us vets, I'm a Marine Corps vet, a lot of us vets are triggered by small stuff like 4th of July fireworks. So imagine how all of that's going off and someone's trying to cope with that. But I did this poem. I'm at a poetry spot. Someone puts me down on word that there were these families traveling to funerals of soldiers that passed away, traveling to their funerals with picket signs chanting, God hates you, thank God for dead soldiers. And they were traveling to like funeral to funeral to funeral. And my poets talked me off the wire because I was about to fill up a tank of gas and go to Georgia and Texas. So this is what brought that together. It's called Band of Brothers. My band of brothers were bred from bloodlines of blasphemy and weeping wombs. We came together under Marine Corps colors. And as sure as I stand in this land, I curse your liberties for not embracing us as heroes. For we shit, pissed, and bled blood in the mud from our souls, simply so you can continue to wander around life, judging each other by clothes and the cars people drove. We lived pain and gambled with our lives on the table. Simply so you could sit back and shuffle your feet up on the table. We gave up our freedoms for your freedom. We sacrificed our freedoms for your freedom, only to come home to cancers, caskets, and crystallize Christ in our veins. No parades, no memorial services with TV crews at the grave, only company tablets asking for moments of silence for the silent. Damn right I curse your fucking liberties for not embracing us as heroes. Some dead, some still slowly dying. My band of brothers were bred from bloodlines of blasphemy and weeping wombs, some still crying. Some sons and daughters never having seen their parents smile. Some never having seen their seed's face. I've seen some embrace shades of another race as if we were their own. We lived on razors and drowned our sorrows in alcohol just to be sure we could feel something when we came back home. Bishop smoked till he couldn't breathe. Carrillo drunk till he fell asleep at the wheel. Mike died chasing money for the kill. I've lived lifetimes in muscle flashes and seen Jesus in insomnia. You should bless the day for never knowing what it feels like to hold conversations with your mama when she think you ain't never coming home. You should never know what it feels like to hug your brother's mother and explain to her how you broke your promises of bringing her son back alive home. Mama Johnson, I'm sorry. I tried. I was in the desert when Mike died, and I can't find enough sympathy in my heart to forgive. And sometimes at night, y'all, I want to scrap all my scrapbooks and burn all my memories, but it's too hard. It's too fucking hard. As long as I can hear his voice inside my head and see his smile in the wind. And I don't even know where the fuck this poem is supposed to end, but wherever it does, Mike's still speaking through me. And we wanted to tell you that he's sorry for not coming home. And we really wanted to show you how much we really do love you and how we curse your fucking liberties for not embracing us as heroes, because I'm still dying. Thank you, guys.
Let the church say, God damn. Unmute yourself, give it up for CP, man.
Woo! The razor blade.
Yeah.
Pen or die.
Clearly he didn't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Clearly he didn't fuck that up. Listen, I tried to warn y'all at the start of the show about some of these things, right? Shout out to the veterans and to those who paid the ultimate price, who truly gave up their life and their freedoms for our freedom, right? Some wander around life. Said bloodlines of blasphemy. You kidding? Come on, man. Lived lifetimes in muzzle flashes. Because sometimes I wanna burn all my memories. Think about that. Just throw them all in a pit and just burn them all, right? Said Mike's still speaking through me. And I know that's such a heavy thing, right? But when you channel a fallen brethren, it's something different. So don't get mad about how he curses your fucking liberty. It comes from a very different place. Appreciate you, Maze. Truly. All right. Before we move on to the next poet, I am going to hand it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
Thank you, Elemental. I'm feeling hot and humid here in New York City, but that is nothing compared to where you are zooming from. I am not envious at all, but thank you so much for turning out here as you do every Monday. Thank you for being our fearless leader here on Monday evenings. Really appreciate you. Hello, everyone. Powerful poem, CP Mace, that we just heard from you tomorrow in the United States. For those of you zooming in from outside of the United States, tomorrow is a holiday. And no matter how we feel about Independence Day, and I've learned certainly a lot of things in the last 3 years coming here to the online open mic. But I think one thing we should celebrate, that we do have the freedom to express ourselves no matter how we feel. We have a lot to say, so I appreciate that we have the independence and freedom to read our poems and our poetry. So thank you for this. Hello, everyone, especially those who are new. My name is Ron Mark Thompson. I am the tech assistant here in the background, helping out on Monday evenings as well as on Thursday evenings. We have another online open mic coming on. After the next performer, I'm going to ask Ray Chain to unmute herself so she can tell you all about Thursdays. I also work inside the New Eureka Poets Cafe at a few of the numerous in-person, on-site weekly and monthly programs that we present at the cafe, which is located on the Lower East Side in Manhattan, New York City, such as Wednesdays. This Wednesday is the first Wednesday of the month, and that one is reserved for our Beatniks online series at 8 p.m. Online on Zoom and our social media handles, as well as the in-person Women's Orators Wednesdays, which is taking place at 9 p.m. Fridays, we have Chive Poetic Poetry Slam, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Twilight Open Mic, which is a little bit after midnight. And then next Monday, in addition to our online open mic, we also have the Poetry Slam at 6 p.m. in the cafe with our host, The Bee, and 9 p.m. our on-site open mic hosted by Sol Preem, which is going on right now inside the cafe. So if you live in New York City or visit in New York City, we welcome you. Come, stop by, anytime you can make it. Once this holiday week is over and, as summer goes along, we will have additional programs, monthly programs coming up again. So just stay tuned with us. I will put in the social media handles and website for the New Eureka Poets Cafe in the chat. So you can follow us and you will never miss any of our online or on-site programs that we keep offering. One note about Voices and Vibes, which until now was held on Fridays. It is no longer, starting with this month, no longer held on Fridays. We're going to let you know when this will come back. It will be a monthly program, most likely on a Saturday. We will give you more information soon. But let us get back onto the list. And we have a mainstay here who we haven't seen for a few weeks, but when he does come, he brings powerful poetry. Alex, it's always a pleasure to have you with us. Alexandro Goldberg, let everyone know, and especially our new voices here, who you are, where we may follow you, and then the next 3 minutes are all yours. Welcome back.
Yeah, follow me at Gorbensky on Instagram, and on the new voices, they sound great. I love the collaborative poem between Lantern Carrier and Love Infinite, and I remember Lantern mentioning bunkers in his poem. So the title of my poem is Down with the Bunkers. He's never looking out the windows. He sits in bunker all day long. As war against Ukraine continues, he doesn't know what's going on. He thought that everyone supported what he has done around the world. But his reflection is distorted, and his reality is blurred. So when Prigozhin turned against him, Putin first thought it was a lie. But prison time does not await him, and he's continuing to fly. When you are living in a bunker, there is so much you get to miss. If you get out, you're going somewhere. You see that you can hug and kiss. He keeps the people at a distance. Each day, he gets a false report. He is afraid that his assistants come close enough to slit his throat. He really thinks that he's a winner, but we all know that he can win. He doesn't even need a mirror, since there's a better-looking twin. Inside the bunker, with no windows, mirror is useless piece of glass. Putin won't die, his twins won't leave us. Wise people say this too shall pass. We need to make the joint efforts to overcome his evil plans. The past and present are horrendous. The future is in our own hands. Thank you.
What a thought-provoking poem. Thank you so much, everyone. Please unmute yourself and give it up for Alex. Wow.
Go bird, yeah. Alexander, saying those words again. So true. So appreciated. Good to hear your voice again.
Thank you so much.
Yes, let's remind everyone in the world there are still wars going on. What we call wars, what the person that you mentioned in your poem doesn't see like as a poem. And I wish the world would unite a little bit more and do a little bit more, because it's just crazy that it's been over a year and here he is still, doing his evil to another country. And I love your metaphors with the bunker and the mirror and how this even fits to the theme. This is why you're a wonderful, great poet. Never give up speaking your truth and reminding us, and let the world unite. Thank you so much, Alex. That was great. Thank you for this poem. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, before we go to the next performer, I'm going to ask Ray Jane to unmute herself. She is our Thursday night online open mic host. Since I mentioned that Voices and Vibes is not happening on Fridays anymore, our Voices and Vibes host, Paul Concasso, and she also lead workshops at another organization called Art Defined, which happens on Sundays, specifically this coming Sunday, July 9th and the 15th, online in Zoom. So if you haven't been to any of their writing workshops online, I definitely recommend them. I will put the information in the chat. But Ray Jane, please introduce yourself, because we have a few new voices here, and remind everyone who you are and what you bring to us here at the New Eureka Poets Cafe on Thursdays. It's all yours.
Hey, family. I'm sorry I can't put my video on, but it is wash day. So to all my natural girls out there, y'all know what it is. I'm not going to be looking raggedy on screen. I'm just sorry. It's not going to happen. Okay. But my name is Ray Jane. Like he said, ITSRAYJANE. And I am the host of the Thursday night online open mic, which I put up in the background for you. We are there every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, and sign up is very similar to here, 24 hours ahead of time. So since we are hanging together and sharing the contents of our souls on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, you'll find yourself at the neweurekan.org full events calendar, and Thursday of choice on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We want your music, your comedy, and your poetry. Pretty much just you. All right. So come through, find us. Thank you, Ron, for mentioning the other places where you can find myself and some of our other co-hosts. Definitely at Art Define. If you put that in the chat, you can find me. If all else fails, just find me at ITSRAYJANE. Hope to see y'all on Thursday. Y'all are bussing as usual. Love to every single one of you and inspired by every single one of you. Peace, family.
Thank you, Rachel. And yes, I will put all that information in the chat. And my goodness, I thought I was self-conscious. Wash day, Rachel, you look beautiful no matter, what day it is. So, we always love you, So thank you for letting us know where we may find you. Yeah, and just follow Rachel on her social media handle. It's Rachel. She does post, everything about the New Rican Poets Cafe and her other endeavors that she does at Art Define, The Word is Right, and at other organizations where she teaches workshops or hosts programs. So thank you so much. And on that note, also follow Elemen2al. He is, I will put that in the chat as well. His social media handle on Instagram is Elemen2al the Poet. The T is substituted by a 2. And he, in addition to being a great host, he's also a great graphics designer and video editor. And you may have noticed his background video that is behind him, on his hosting chair, which I'm actually wondering if he shot that while he was visiting New York City a few weeks ago in the subway. So, which gets me to another great segue, because our next performer will be visiting. He will be returning. He has been to New York City. He will return to both the New York City and the New Jersey area, because I know you have a feature coming up there in New Jersey as well, and I want you to let everyone know where and when that is. I do have to give you sad news, though, that I know you mentioned last week, Friday, August 4th, you were planning to come to Voices and Vibes. Unfortunately, it's not happening that Friday. We're going to try our best to make it happening that weekend before, while you all are at the New York City Poetry Festival. So hopefully that evening we can get everyone to come to Voices and Vibes. It's not yet definite, but we will keep you posted, which is a great way to, say stay tuned, keep coming back to every Monday and Thursday night online open mic you can make it. But that's enough for me. Propaganda Poet, aka Bear Wolf, aka Oso Lobo. Let everyone know who you are, just in case they forgot where you are. It looks like you are in an RV or a car, I don't know. And then go ahead with your 3 minutes, all yours.
I'm coming to you this evening from the Cuyabaca State Park in Southern California. But yeah, so August 4th, I'll be there, and there's no plans. So let's find a poetry party somewhere and have a birthday bash. So speaking of Guitar Thursday, I'm gonna break the theme and break the night. I'm gonna do this. So I'm out in the woods because I would rather drown in a sea of fireflies than to celebrate this 4th of July, where oppression becomes both ironic and iconic all at the same time. Much respect to the late, great John Lennon. As soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. They hurt you at home and they hit you at school. They hate when you're clever and they disguise fool. Till you're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They've tortured and scared you for 20-odd years, and then they expect you to pick a career, but you can't fully function, you're so full of fear. So they keep you drugged with and sex and TV, and they think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants as far as they see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. But don't you worry, There is room at the top, they are telling you still. But first you must learn how to smile as you kill. If you want to be the king of the hill. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something. If you want to be a hero, then don't follow me. Because you see, I'm a cis aficionado. I have become quite adept at pushing this goddamn rock up this fucking hill. Come out to the Poetry Festival on Rhode Island and come say hi. And come out on Tuesday, August 1st to Red Bank, New Jersey to see myself, Gustav Salas, and the legendary Billy Tuggle doing a triple toke feature at Puff Puff Poems, New Jersey. Come check us out and let's hang out and let's party and get to know each other and spread the word.
I love them. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Propaganda Poet.
And damn,
Hey, wow.
28.
incredible.
Yeah.
Last hero.
Move to 9:30
You're
on
the
the
best.
28th.
You're the best.
Can't wait to hang out, bro.
Oh, damn. Anytime that dude comes through, he always brings it, whether he's standing or sitting or strumming or drumming. Prop is always on it. Always on it. A working class hero is something to be. Man, ain't that the damn truth? Truly appreciate you, Prop. That dude is all the way in SoCal and soaking it up. Man, I love to see it. I love to see it. For real. Appreciate you, Prop. Before we move on, real quick, please unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
RMT!
RMT.
Oh, yeah.
You do the work. You do the work. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You all rock. Thank you for keep supporting us, and we look forward to you, Propaganda Power. Can't wait, no, you're right. No matter what we do, August 1st, August 4th, we're going to see you somewhere. So thank you. It's amazing.
Shout out to Goldberg for bringing his heavy poems. For real, truly appreciate you for that. For always coming through with what you do. Appreciate you. Real quick, shout out Professor Platinum. Doug Silver stays in the building. Appreciate you, man, for real. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this is, I said last week, this is the original energy being, right? It was this gentleman. His first book, incredible. I think people around the world have Light Shadow Life. And then he followed it up with Let's Unmesh Life. And then followed that up with his own open mic. Come on. The one and only Unmesh Mohitgar is here. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can connect with you and all that you do, Unmesh. Great to see you. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental. Hello, Ron. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here as always. And today I'm on the topic. So here we go. Driving a bike, empty road, bright sunlight, breeze dancing on my face. I forgot where I was going. Road was controlling me, just a pawn in his hand, going where the road was taking me. After a long time, I saw a few people. People wearing very few clothes, riding horses and elephants. I parked my bike and walked toward them. They offered me food and water. I tried to touch them, but they just vanished without any trace. The road asked me to travel again. In a trance on the road, traveling at the speed of light, I saw all steel. The sun was shining, but steel buildings were shining brighter. Solar panels everywhere. A man walking by me with solar panel on his back. Every part of his body was covered with gadgets. Eyes with black glasses. I spoke with one of them about philosophy, about literature, about poetry. He was more knowledgeable, smarter than me. Then I touched him. There was a spark, electric shock in my body. The future human was lying on the ground. The black goggles fell away, exposing his lifeless artificial eyes. Was he human or humanoid? Human enough, but not human. We are the only species who fought battles, made path-breaking discoveries to lose ourselves into the abyss of science. I love science, but I might not be able to fall in love with the Terminator. Would it be possible for us to marry science without losing our souls? Would it be possible for us to speak with the soul of so-called non-living things? We were wrong about the soul and language of plants. Plants do speak. We might be wrong about non-living things as well. If they are the future, why not speak and connect with each other? Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Spoken like a true earthling. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Umesh.
Unmesh, yeah, buy his book. It's awesome.
Umesh.
Powerful, powerful.
The work you do.
When someone works with the earth, when someone puts their hands in the earth, they have a different feeling towards it, right? Unmesh, if I'm not mistaken, is the son of a farmer. And when you have that in your blood, when that earth is in your blood, you can't help but want to protect it, right? Listen, the imagery, again, such magnificent storytellers in our community, right? And I was with you on the road, and it was following you, and it was taking you where it wanted to go, and you saw the people, and you jumped off, and then the solar panel on his back. God, I was not ready for that. I was not. Human enough, but not human, right? I love what you said, Umesh. You said, we have to be careful not to lose ourselves in the abyss of science. We have to manage science without losing our souls. So very, very correct. So insightful, right? Because we are so willing to give up some of our autonomy for convenience, right? And if we're not careful, it'll just go ahead and take the rest of it. Thank you, Unmesh. Thank you, truly, for all that you do for our community, for just being a mainstay here. Make sure you are plugging in with Unmesh's open mic. I believe it's Friday morning, 11:30 Eastern. Boom. Friday, 11:30 Eastern. Let's Unmesh Life. Truly, truly international space. Beautiful space. Incredible poets. Make sure you plug in. Appreciate you, Unmesh. All right. Coming up next, our resident ASL interpreter. This poet continues to come through. Shout out Poetic Desire. And just bring a level of poetry that we all just benefit from, right? And like I said, and then they have the nerve to do it in ASL. So you know what? It's the one and only Undetermined Cause in the building, ready with something to deliver as usual. Always great to see you. Let the folks know how they can connect with you online. Please take it away.
Hello, everyone, beautiful people. It's so good to see you. You can find me on Instagram at undetermined.cause. Okay, ready? This one's kind of short. I'll be quick, out the way. Mirrors and windows only capture fleeting reflections of temporary passing impressions, never having the creativity to design its own images. but relying on surroundings to produce reverse replicas. It's only perceptive memory that maintains mementos of the minutes remaining in its misleading presence, giving leeway to mentally manipulate history to preferred perspective rather than permanent and factual recollections of reality. But the clean, smooth, shiny glass can also provide blank space to prostrate pent-up ponderings. Despite the simplistic complexities, the future holds revisions unmade, hopes unhindered, objectives unobstructed, making way for relentless renderings of reality. Thank you.
Relentless renderings of reality. Yeah, that's called your poetry. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Undetermined Cause.
Yeah.
Nice words. Thank you.
And thank you for coming back.
This community just continues to take it up. We just continue to take it up. And you never cease to amaze me. Every damn week. All of you, right? Temporary passing impressions, of course. Blank space to prostrate pent-up ponderings. Okay. Okay, so now it's not just ASL, now it's alliterations too, huh? Oh, hold on. You can't see. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. I don't need to unmute them because they don't need sound to communicate as they are. I don't know if you folks are, picking up what they're putting down, but also and Undetermined are having a whole conversation in ASL right now. So again, this is what I love about our community. Things just happen. They fall into place because they're supposed to. It's just beautiful, right? Just when you thought you'd seen it all, bam-o, something else comes. Appreciate you, Undetermined Cause, for coming through with all of it. I love this community. Continue to tell y'all it's the greatest community in the world. And now I get to yell. Not that I haven't been yelling all night, but I get to yell at this next poet. Oh my gosh. This poet came through last week and I shouted them out. It has been so long since we have gotten a chance to just experience this poet, an incredible artist. They have an incredible workspace and they happen to be an incredible poet too. The one and only Whitney Salgado is in the building. It's been too long, Whitney. Please let the folks know how they can connect with you. Take it away.
Thanks for having me. I don't have anything on theme, but I do have some new things I want to share. I've got a long poem and then some short poems after that. The first one is called Sunny Mornings. Therapy has only ever been a fancy white word that was too expensive for our world because trauma is abundant. And how do you know it's trauma when it runs deep in your history and there's no time to heal? When you're a first-generation degree holder who wants to learn how to heal their home, it's hard because we are severed by the conversations I want to have. And while I'm trying to let this sage smoke cleanse our wounds, please understand que esto no es solo para mí. This is for us, a testament to the resilience of our bloodline. This new language I'm learning to speak on top of my mother tongue and the other one that rejected me is me learning to build my vocabulary because we never had the luxury when the word life is synonymous with survival. I want healing to be what connects us instead of memories that hurt, because stern punishment is how you learn from a young age that love and fear are interchangeable four-letter words. I'm carving out spaces for us to grieve the time and care we never got to invest in each other because you were never here, working multiple jobs, too busy putting bread on the table to take a seat and rest your tired hands. I'm sorry acknowledging our pain means having your entire world redefined when your own child reopens scars when they say you also deserve so much more. The sacrifices you made, I will never understand or have to suffer through, and I'm not trying to add more pain to the tab we are too poor to pay, but listen to the power we both hold because you showed me how to be fearless, and just imagine what we can do now together. This next one's called Golden Hour. Out in the sun, your hair glows. Modern alchemy, brown curls turn gold. Laughter trickles its way from your lips. Your eyes soften and a smile carves itself. The sun casts down love and I see you shine. Nothing short of a work of art. Next one's called Dragonflies. You noticed my size carrying life's latest weight and offered a ride to the lake, to the spot on the hill you knew I liked most. We drove in silence, bathing in the summer heat. I was miles away, too distracted with things that don't matter. My night would have been miserable alone, sinking deeper. I had planned to sulk and feel it and let it pass, but when you asked, I couldn't say no. The cleansing sun burned away the worry. The wind carved off the stress with every pass, and the sound of the waves and kids laughing reminded me to breathe. We watched the dragonflies gather above us, feasting, dancing, and I felt your patience gently hug me, hold me, and say, it's all tomorrow's worry. And I have one last short one called Momento More. I lost track of you until I found you lying on your back, a tiny speck spinning in circles. I can trace your slow death on the floor, loud buzzing like Morse code saying, I'm not ready just yet. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. See what I was yelling at him? See what I was yelling at him? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Whitney Salgado.
Whitney, so good to hear your words again. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
being
so good to have you back.
Where
Great.
you been? Where you been?
That was dope.
For real.
Nice, beautiful.
But you know, it's like a real family. Sometimes we may not see each other for a while, for weeks and months, but when they do come back, they come back like, damn, we needed to hear you. Thank you for your powerful poetry. I'm so glad you're back. Thank you.
See,
That's right,
you
Ron.
again. You got Ron going off. Love it, Whitney. It is great to see you. First of all, it is great to hear your poetry. And then you said it's not really on theme, but so much of what you're saying is so much on theme, right? A lot of us, myself included, first generation degree holder. It's rough, right? Because the word that you know what I mean, therapy was just negative, right? It was a fancy white word in a lot of communities of color. It was because it was just something that we didn't deal with. However, it's a real deal thing. Serious business, right? And then, of course, you have to deal with sometimes your own child will open up those scars, right? And then hopefully you find someone who can, show you or teach you how to be fearless in things, right? Second poem, you mentioned modern alchemy. And the sun cast down love and I see you shine. Really? Come on. And then the third poem sounds a lot to me like a motorcycle ride, right? And then the fourth poem, it's a circle. It's a circle of life, right? But it's a necessary. So I love the fact that you appreciate even that. Thank you, Whitney. Make sure you find your way back to Monday night on a regular basis. We miss your energy and your poetry. Appreciate you for coming through and hanging out with us this evening. All right, y'all. We are down to our last 6 poets. The final 6 have shown up. Don't think I forgot about what I said at the top of the show. That is coming. Trust and believe. We will be seen. So, coming up first in the final 6, this gentleman continues to come through. Anytime he's sitting in his place of inspiration, you better believe it's about to be some shizzle. This gentleman has been doing it longer than some of us have even been writing it. And he's still doing it at a high level. The one and only CC Arshagra is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. CC, it's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. Last week was just ripped the heart out, and it was beautiful, and it's still echoing from that day, in many ways. I don't know what to do tonight, so I have this little. I've never done this before, but I'm gonna do like a hodgepodgey kind of a thing, and I'm gonna rip it really quick. So CP moves us all the time, but he rivets me more often. So I have this children's poem from way back, and it's called John Q. Public, and it's about a vet who comes back to town, and then he gets accused of abuse in the town square. The court clears him, but the town shits on him, his wife, and his kids. And the last stanza in that is John Q. Public, a healthy, honest man. He defended his country even when he burned a flag. And I just want to throw that one out there. There's all kinds of shit that goes down in that double-edged sword of war and soldier and life and protection and freedom. And I love what he did. On the theme, mirrors watering my mind, wash me through the end of time, be the air my mind rests in, and bring me to where peace begins. Long time ago, I was writing a lot of lyrics and I gave it up, but I was writing it all on guitar. I actually have a guitar here. I was going to try and kick it. And this is War of No Heroes, and I want to give this line out of it. It's in the middle of the song. The song is dark, it's deep, and it cuts both ways, but it's got a line in here that says, if freedom spits into the wind, it naturally blows back. And then there's another one about called Growing Goes to War with Knowing. That one has a line in it that says, growing goes to war with knowing, wasting time steals both clocks' hands. The soul pretends to wear a mask as if life without one can't face death. And then during 20,000, Love Aloud, a cappella poem, biggest audience I ever had, 1,000 people, helicopters in the air, snipers on the roof. They threw me on stage, and it has a line in that a cappella poem where it says here, to attempt not to let the heart of love die, to make love in the street and are shot. Kissing is feared, the debate's on at 10, and no one leaves home after 8 if you have one. And and I'm gonna finish with this, and I would love to do a little. Maybe I'll do 2 chords and go out with a little something melody, but just because I'm sitting here and I know you love it. But in my book, which is a documentation of who we are and what we're doing here and how important free speech is and the open mic. This is a social science study of who we are. 20 years later, it has 3 essays. It's on my website, no place else, and I think the link is broken, so just send me a message. Paul Skiff is going to be tomorrow, Wednesday night at Stone Soup, which is 50 years running. Win-Win Poets is a critique of the slam, and I love my slam friends from back then in the days when it first came out of Chicago, went to Boston. This is a poem about what happens when an AIDS poet goes up against a homeless one, a rape poet goes up against an incest one, a race poem goes up against a human one, a lost soul goes up against one finding soul. The closing lines in this poem is fighting back and cursing out every disappointing judgment. Poems willing to kill other poets being. Poems willing to kill other poets trying. Poets willing to kill other poets dying. Willing to kill to get to the top. And Jack Powers, who founded Stone Soup, when the open mic scene blew up in Boston, they produced the very first Boston Poetry Awards. And I was asked to host Building the Poetry Community. And there were 7 top poetry hosts that came and sat at a table, and Jack Powers, everyone was saying, yeah, we got to do this, and there's like, we got to make the money, and the hosts got to get paid, and Jack stood up and said, and he railed against the stratification of poetry. And I just want to give New Eurekans some mad love for keeping the feet on the ground, of welcoming the voices and the diversity, and against the grain, that we're not here to make you a star. We're here to make everyone welcome. And that is a huge motherfucking thing. Except that thing behind you right now. That's the city of London. Fuck them. You got to watch Fringe to know where that building behind you comes from. That was a badass thing. I saw that slip in there. So anyway, you know what? I'm just going to do a couple little things. I'll just do this one little thing. Sometimes I feel like an angel, or the spirit with the trials of form. How I burn, or I freeze, or just my fears in the breeze, or my tears that are melting to learn that sometimes I feel like an angel. And that's my hodgepodge little melody fucking bullshit. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Look, yeah, that is a CC special right there. Unmute yourself, give it up for CC on Star, bro.
Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Some good history there, CC. Thank you.
Thank you, CP.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Listen, I
And post
really love that because and we were giving CC the blues on Friday because he's like, not really a musician, kind of like write lyrics and listen. Anytime somebody said, "Oh, I'll just hit you with this little ditty real quick," bling bling bling, bling, like, come on, man, we're over it. We know what it is. The mirrors watering your mind, though. Come on. If freedom spits into the wind and naturally blows back, yeah, sometimes. It comes back as revolution sometimes. Wasting time steals both clocks' hands. Damn it. That was Bob. As far as the slam, yeah, man. Like if your poems are not willing to kill, if your poems are not prepared to kill, like you do know that there's blood on the Coliseum doors when you walk through the slam. Like that's not paint. That's not by accident. You know what I mean? You better be ready for that. So yeah, your poems better be ready to kill and slay and breathe blood clot fire. Because that's the only way you're getting out of there alive. Seriously. Appreciate you, CC, for all the hodgepodgery that is you. All right. Coming up next. They just bringing it this evening. All right. This next gentleman I got a chance to see feature in person, and his energy is just so it's just magical, y'all. And then the instruments like this, he's just cool with it. He's just too damn cool with it. And he's a powerful poet. The one and only Baba Ngoma is here. Please unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can connect with all the incredible things you do. Always great to see you. Take it away.
It's great to be on here. It's good to see all of y'all. I think this is keeping with the theme. This is a poem that I wrote in 1976 when most of y'all wasn't born yet. It's called Bicentennial 1976. Americans celebrate independence for 200 years. It's the birthday of imperialism. We can only celebrate the second 200 years of slavery. Lincoln freed us, but freedom can't be given by someone who doesn't own it. Americans seized freedom from the Queen, enslaved the world with Christianity, stole a continent, bastardized its inhabitants, and charged them rent for their own land. Columbus was a dirty thief, blessed by the Pope, who lost his way on a journey to India and landed in Puerto Rico. Dumb Italians celebrate his birthday. Dumb niggas celebrate anything, even the death of their ancestors. The world is rich, so is Rocky. My father's father owned pyramids built by his father before him. I get drunk on cheap wine and shoot junk into my veins, trying to rearrange reality. Needless to say, I'm a failure. My only success will be at killing myself. I've been dead 400 years since my black carcass reached these shores to be used as chattel on land that was stolen. Now I wait to be born again. I have heroes, but if I praise them, I'll be locked up. We have nothing to lose except our shackles. Piss on.
Wait, Baba, hold on. You got muted. Somehow you got muted. Please come back.
Oh.
You said I have heroes, but I can't praise them.
I have heroes, but if I praise them, I'll be locked up. We have nothing to lose except our shackles. Piss on the Statue of Liberty. She's a dirty whore who prostitutes niggas for riches. Blow up Lincoln's grave. He was a dirty liar because it's 1976 bicentennial year, and I can only drink this wine and celebrate the second 200 years of slavery. That was me in 1976, yeah.
I mean, Damn, like, damn. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ngoma.
Wow, great words.
Week after
Especially in 76. That's so damn powerful. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Powerful
Yeah.
poem.
So you've been
Good
on
words. Thank you.
you've been on the watch list trying to fly since what, 1976? Like you've been on the watch list and can't get anywhere.
That's right. Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I love revolutionaries. And I love when people call out the establishment for what it truly is. I just appreciate that just the fearlessness that poets approach what we do. He said it was the birthday of imperialism. Freedom can't be given by someone who doesn't own it. But some of you dumb bastards will celebrate anything, even the death of your ancestors. Come on, man. Come on. I have heroes, but if I praise them, I'll be locked up. I mean, like, come on. Like, we still waiting for them to free Mumia, right? Lift the ban on Asada, right? We could have had Eldridge Cleaver. We could have kept Stokely Carmichael. But you know what I mean? It's just, you know, they got a problem with revolutionaries. I get it, right? Because it is the end to your regime, but it's what we do. It's the necessary thing to allow freedom to thrive in the 3,000 generations. Appreciate you, Baba, always for reminding us what it is. And for reminding us that you've been cool as hell for a lot longer than we thought. Appreciate you, man, for real. All right, coming up next. I just get to yell at this poet because I love this poet. Listen, a lot of you know I was in New York not too long ago, and I got an incredible experience in one of the greatest places in the world, truly. And this poet showed me some of the realest shit in New York. They have a manuscript coming out soon. Make sure you let them know what it is. The one and only Tabs is in the building. What's good, Tabs? Always great to see you. Come on, take it away.
Much love. You're the same energy that you get online, what Elemental you get in person. Mad love, positive vibes, much respect. We went to the Met. We went to Performing Arts Library. Oh man, it was a great time. Today God dropped a blessing for me. So my book came out. It's like, yes, a dream come true. Y'all writers know what I'm talking about, where you have these things in your heart that you don't let nobody live. And now I just, you know, it was birthed. It's such a blessing. Much love and respect. I'm gonna do 2 short pieces. Let's rock out. This one's titled Statistic. I haven't shaved in days. The stoppage in my tub has me parting 20 minutes early just to get my super dirty looks. I have sent him 1,000 calls. There's no money coming in, and the security of my state has left me with no tools. Standing on long lines of my own self-neglect. This has been the payment for staying in this place for too long. Working in the areas of someone else's payment. And in this battle, I have found that it is only within me that I will rise. Developing talents that I have been gifted with, battling lack with the sword of my pen and face. Next one is titled Gray Skyline. This is growing up, like, right? I don't know how many of you guys are from New York City, but really the only thing pretty is like below 59th Street. Everything else is rocks, concrete, homeless, addiction, and all that. So that's where that inspiration comes from. gray skylines. The noise of the day has taken me incomplete. A passing argument heard in between the shrieks of a neighbor's heart. Oh, the melodies of New York, wasting the day away. 3 doors down, a child wakes to the hunger of addiction. Who have I hurt by not writing? Me, my neighborhood, my community. Emotions cry beneath the ground. Where do words die when artists grow silent? I spent long years wounded by the acts of love. Children sleeping under the beds of someone else's tongue. If this not be the reason why I write, to free the pages of death, then who am I to hold this pain? Walking barefooted in jungles, they have pulled my home. What was the purpose of being here? Belly against the silence of 1,000 square feet? City who cries in the name of multiple gods, protecting hope. I'm Tab001 on Instagram. I host a writing workshop every other week. Ron does tech. Check it out. Come through. Write some stuff. Make some magic. Much love.
Yo, same as she said. Same energy you get online, same energy you get from Tabs. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Tabs.
Tabitha, congratulations on your new book. Yeah.
Passing melodies, the arguments of New York, you know.
I mean, right? Right? Oh, congrats on the book, Tabs. I'm so glad you got it in your hands. That is just dope. Look at that shit, right? For real. Throw it back up there, Tabs. Let folks see it, right? It's real. It is for real. So glad that you got that done, right? Sword of my pen. Listen. She said I give it extra 20 minutes just so I can give my super dirty looks. Fucking right. Fucking right. The melody of New York's heartbeat. Really, you gotta be on the street to just feel it. Like you can see it, you can feel it, you can smell it, but gosh, like it really does like pulsate your feet. It really does all the way. I saw Maze jumped on that line too, because I grabbed it as well. Listen, where do words go when artists go silent? Where do words die when artists go silent? Listen, that's why we're here, to ensure they don't. And when the moment that anybody in this room, anybody under the sound of my voice realizes that it's starting to flatline, your ass better pick it up. Your ass better be like Daniel Fernandez, the emotional defibrillator. Shout out Captain Flo. For real, make sure this never dies. That is part of our charge. Appreciate you, Tabs. Make sure you're plugging in with Tabs and getting their manuscript. Appreciate you. Coming up next, this gentleman is cool as the other side of the pillow, baby. Whether on Zoom or in real life, shout out to Graybeards, the one and only Complicated Passions is in the building. Mute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, brother. Take it away.
Thank you, and good evening to all the poets. You can find me here at the New Rican Poets Cafe on Mondays and some Thursdays, because both those shows are dope. So I'm going to get right into it. Tonight, some lady in the audience is going to get a copy of this book. Can you see that book? I'm just going to give it away. So what I'm about to do is share a moment of a previous poem. I call it a B-side 45, and then I'm going to give you the dub version of the poem too. All right, check it out. And you've probably heard this poem already, the B-side 45. Dream me and pretend it didn't happen. I'll give in. We can make it true. Just tell me you want to. I know we're just friends. I've been waiting to begin. We can rewind when it ends. Take pleasure in having my love under review. Let's add between these lines with our next kiss. Let me feel how you're dreaming this. The rewrite, the dub version. Dream me and pretend it didn't happen. Let's role play. We can make it true. I'll give in. I could never say no to becoming every part of you. Foreplay will do. Just tell me you want to. I know we're just friends. I've been waiting for this to begin. Kiss me again. Tell me once more you'll give in. We can rewind when it ends. Capture the whispers of your name in each breath I take. Take pleasure in having my love under review. Let's add between these lines with our next kiss. Taste the echoes of what you've missed. The after effect will flow into your dreams. Let me feel how you're wanting to be a part of me. I am complicated passions, the voice behind this pen. And you have only loved this deep in your dreams. Thank you.
I told y'all he does that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Complicated Passion.
Complicated Passion. You are the soother of words. Thank you.
Right, DG?
That was nice.
Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Elemen2al pick the winner of this book, however he wants to do it, and then you can give him your address, and I will mail this book out to you after the holiday.
That is perfect. Appreciate you, Dark Man. And listen, it's only right that it'll coincide with DG. We'll get to that in a second. It'll only make sense. All right. Appreciate you. Listen. This cat is under by his own hand, right? The Will Downing of poetry. Says, I've been waiting for it to begin. And then, when it ends, we can rewind. That I can never say no to being part of it. Right? I mean, that happens from the jump. He said, capture the whispers of your name with every breath I take. Ooh, when love is sitting on your tongue, goodness, you just can't help yourself. Love it. Appreciate you. All right. Final two poets of the evening. Coming up first. I am thankful that this poet is able to just be with us, right? Some things have happened recently, right? But they have surpassed it and survived it to come and share the evening with us. The one and only Kitay is in the building.
I'm going to interrupt you there for a second.
But
Kitty just told us, that they are having audio problems, which is actually good because two things about that. First, that may be just a trick to go last because they had been last in the last few weeks, But before we go on to our newcomer, DJ, if you happen to be ready, I know I'm throwing the thing at you now, but there is a birthday coming up tomorrow from our other mainstay, the one who usually starts the evening with. So DJ, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and then I'm going to ask everyone to unmute, and then we can all sing along. Happy birthday to Lizzie. Go ahead.
Here it comes.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday,
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that is awesome.
Happy birthday, Lizzie.
Truly get those candles out. Come on.
2, 3.
Everybody get
Blow,
some
Lizzie,
wind
blow.
in there.
Many more. Many
Blow,
more.
Lizzie.
Many more.
Thank you very much.
Lizzie, blow out. Yay, here we go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Really, thank you so much, everyone, for wishing one of our mainstays a very, very happy birthday. Truly, Deadpan, we love you. We always look forward to hearing your work. You just got to know that you're a part of this place, right? Thank you. Appreciate you, DG. And for Darkman, more than likely, that's where your book is going, sir. It's gonna go to Deadpan for her birthday. So appreciate it. Listen, all this comes together like it's supposed to. All right. Kate, if you are ready, let's get it done. If not, we can go to the new voice and we'll just do that so Kate can end it. So we are delighted in not just one, but two, but three new voices this evening, y'all. I can't remember the last time we had three new voices, but here we are. So I am not going to even attempt to destroy your name because I'm sure it sounds much more lovely coming out of your mouth than mine. Please unmute yourself and please let me know how to pronounce your name.
It's just No.
Just No. I mean, there's a lot more than No there, but we'll get to that. Welcome, No. Thank you for that. It is truly a pleasure for us to have you here. You have come upon the greatest poetry community in the world. Where on planet Earth are you located?
I am located in the Bronx, New York.
Shout out to BX in the building. Listen, where you been then? See, now I get to yell at you for another reason. Where you been? We've been doing this for 170 weeks. But
I'm here now.
So please know that you are welcome here. You have found a home here. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and please take it away. Welcome.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. No the Poet, No the Poet, one word. And this is a snippet of a piece because I write really long pieces, so I just had to cut this just so I could fit it in 3 minutes. And this is called Fracture to Beauty. So here it goes. Jasmine, basil, fig, and jasmine spaces. Dark flickers of candlelit rooms. Softly, TV muffled noises, screening images. I used to like it all. The punishment you dragooned with your one-man platoon ferociously onto my body, contorting me into spheres of deliriums. Measures of gratification delivered by deliberately careless kisses and traversing like monkeys on my ocean bed. You led me wildly to deep, pain-stricken lesion-bearing liberties of all natural sexing. I screamed at how I needed it, beat me into a puddle of my euphoria. I was here, there, alternate universe everywhere, and I used to like it all. I wanted to be punished. Until that one night, at one time, the mortification no longer came from a place of light. You wanted me to cry, to humiliate me into a score, make me feel like a whore, bored to swallow your secret frustrations as you swung me every which way to satisfy whatever nasty imaginations you confessed at mass. I was your 2 pence a piece slut for the minute. I felt the pain hurt me like it wasn't supposed to. Who was this? Torching my body like they didn't know me, let alone love me. Familiar faces can suddenly become the ghouls of your nightmares, I have come to know. The lover I gave my most sacred flower, for the first time that hour, I wanted it all to end. I wanted to run and hide from my soiled, spoiled existence. Rinse hard, scrub, scratch. Rinse hard, scrub, scratch. Bleed your hands off of my body. I had to get you off. Locate myself, get on my knees and beg forgiveness for inviting the devil in and for more than just tea and cupcakes. And pray that time would hurry, to heal the broken spirit of a woman who loved a man with a child who would do this to a woman with a womb who would one day give the world a new generation. In 5 seconds flat, you became the man on the street I swore would never lay my sheets. I couldn't recognize you. I couldn't even find your eyes. In the midst of my demise, I wonder, what did I become to you in those moments before you stole the next 9 months of my life? For a while, I ate only kale and drank green tea, determined to be green again. I sat in silence until the moon swooned me with lullabies. And I whipped my body with long-standing planks that squats. I would be beautiful again. I would be lovable. I would be queen supreme. I would forget you. I'll leave it there.
Okay, Queen Supreme. Okay. Mute yourself. Give it up for no.
One.
Thank you.
Us.
Wow.
Yeah, one of us.
Ability, the bravery,
One of us.
honesty.
One of us.
One of us.
Adverbs.
Come back next week.
Killed it,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Want to read.
About
Thank
time
you.
you found your way here.
Good.
Come on, Skiff. Like, I believe I'm not the only one yelling. Like, listen, you up in the BX too? Like, where you been? Where you been? Dropping that heat like that, showing up and showing out like that, showing your whole page just like that. I see you cover to cover on them. I see you. Then you happen to come through and just drop it, right? To bring your punishment dragoon along with you, right? Familiar faces can soon become the ghouls in your nightmares. Listen, I could start around a testimony on just that, and it could go on and on and on, all right? She said, I found myself on my knees praying for forgiveness for inviting the devil in for more than tea and cupcakes. I only ate kale and green tea, determined to be green again. Queen Supreme. Okay. I mean, okay, I get it. Again, shout out to BX. Make sure you put your information in the chat so folks can follow you. You've seen some things in the chat. You might have heard the whole one of us. That just means that you have been welcomed into the greatest community in the world. And now you're going to have people coming at you. You see, probably already started it, right? We will see you next week because this is where you are now. Welcome. Again, you have found yourself in the greatest community in the world. Welcome. And you're kind of a beast with it. So make sure you come back. All right. We have reached the closer of the evening. And as I mentioned, I am just thankful that this poet can come and hang out and rock with us. Always looking forward to what this poet has. The one and only Kite is here to close us out this evening. Come on, Kite. Always great to see you. Bring us home.
Hey, can I do a quick lag check? Am I okay? Cool. All right. I can't lie. I have no idea what to read. So I'm gonna look at, let's do this. All right. Poetic expression is at the writer's discretion. It's also for the viewers and listeners to interpret with wonder, pondering on the words, absorbing the thoughts and feelings the poets have endured, observing their encounters, the strength, the power of their words, how they captivate their brains for the few minutes that they exchange. Poetry slams and open mics have become an obsession for me. Witnessing the way these poets express their joys, sorrows, fulfillment, and pain, pouring their emotions onto a stage. I soak up their words, allowing myself to be in the moment. I feel like I'm graced, blessed by their presence. I've landed myself in so many situations that all helped shape who I am today. I've encountered rotten, I've encountered lames, I've touched faith and obtained peace from the things that once brought me dismay. I hope when my turn comes, the others feel the same way and fully listen to what I have to say. I want to motivate others who feel shame, insignificant, unworthy, or remain in a state of disdain and mentally bring them to a serene place to escape from the convoluted narrative they experience each day. You don't have to live in a mindset of doom and gloom because you have power and control of the energy you exude, as well as the ability to push through, keep going, and discover who you really are. What's your truth? I don't want to hear the story. others wrote for you. I want to know your perspective. Dismiss the external influences that have pressured you into believing you're not enough or that you're a bad person. Who are you really? The only way to uncover this is to go within. We all make mistakes. That doesn't mean we are rotten eggs. A few bad deeds doesn't unravel all the good you've done and unfurl like yarn laid out into the street. It means you're human. No one is perfect. So if you're striving for perfection, you're mistaken, going in the wrong direction. Allow forgiveness in for the life you've led. You are not a reflection of the wrongdoings you commit. Look within. Fix the error code that pops up in your head and know that if you truly believe that you're bad, that you can change your ways. So long as you have self-reflection and can recognize your mistakes, analyze yourself and let go of the past because it no longer exists. Work on what you think you need to and just watch what happens when you put the real effort in. Thank you for having me.
And when you put the real effort in, you get poems like that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kate.
Kate, way to close the night out. Thank you. Perfect poem for that.
Okay. Okay. That's how you walk it off.
Thank
That's how you walk it off. Apologies. Listen, things happen for a reason. Things happen in due timing because they're supposed to happen in due timing. All the things that we've all dealt with leading up to today, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, no Clint Eastwood, they've all just been fuel to get us here. All of those struggles, all of that strife, all of those lessons, right? And you're right, Kate. You go to these slams and these open mics, and that's exactly what you're going to get, people pouring their emotions onto a stage, right? About the, convoluted narrative they experience each day. Yeah. That's what I do. I don't want to hear the story somebody wrote for you. No. Oh, I want to hear it firsthand. I want to hear it coming from you. Appreciate you, Kate, for working out whatever details necessary for you to get here and share that incredible poet with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. We have come to the end of the night, y'all. I truly cannot appreciate and say how much I love y'all enough. Also, shout out the Whisper Poet who wasn't able to make it this evening. Y'all truly make Monday night the greatest night of the week, the hypest night of the week with the greatest community in the world, from the leadoff hitter, Deadpan Lizzie, to the closer in Kate, all of the beautiful new voices we heard this evening. Thank you so much for spending your Monday night with us. We look forward to seeing you next week. We will end the evening like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Monday night with y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Until next week, y'all, peace.